Hello everyone, this is EDC Ghost again, and today we're going to be doing an unboxing video and just an initial review of the new knife I have bought. This knife came from Blade HQ. This is my first ever high quality knife or expensive knife, and I've already cut the box open as you can see, but let's see what we have here. So we have a Spyderco. And this is the Para 3 from Spyderco in Micro Melt Maximate. Let's see what we got here. We have the knife. We have a cool little sticker. The edge is a ghost. I think that's kind of cool, interesting, kind of fits with the channel. And then we have some information here. The knife in this box has a high carbon, high performance blade and components that are not rust resistant and requires proper and diligent maintenance to keep it corrosion free. Whether you use this knife or not, it should be protected from exposure to moisture, skin oils, and acids. So yes, Maximite is a high carbon steel. So congratulations on your purchase of Spyderco knife made with Micro Melt Maximate blade steel. So this steel, produced by Carpenter, one of the world's premier suppliers of high performance steel. They develop Maximate especially for use in rollers of their state-of-the-art steel rolling mills. So that's pretty cool. And then here's just the chemical composition of Maximate: carbon 2.15, chromium 4.75, silicon, magnesium, tungsten, has high tungsten 13%, sulfur, cobalt, and vanadium. Now this is considered a high or a premium steel, which is going to hold your edge retention like crazy. But with this steel, it's going to be a little difficult to sharpen. It even mentioned in there that it's better to touch this blade up every once in a while than let it go completely dull, because you will have a problem sharpening it. And yes, it is not corrosion resistance because it is that high carbon steel, so it will rust easily. And I've seen these other people have these knives, and over time they actually get a varnish or just a wear to the look of the blade. And we'll see how this one does after I've carried it for a while. But I picked this knife, the Para 3, for several reasons. One, I've always wanted a Spyderco knife. I've always wanted these ever since I first seen one, first learned about Spyderco. Spyderco is a great United States knife company. I just think they're cool knives. People think they look kind of funny, kind of weird, but I just love the way they look. I've not handled very many. I think I've only handled 2 Spydercos in my entire life, but just feeling this one, you can just feel the quality of this knife. The handle, just on first impression, just feels great. This handle feels great. The material feels great. The choke up point here feels great. The knurling, or that's not really knurling, but the texture here feels great. How they have got, it just feels great. The handle's big, fit it in your hand. The pocket clip feels good. This is a right or left, so it has the holes where you can switch the pocket clip around. I have seen where people purchase different pocket clips, and I may do the same, because this pocket clip, as you can see, is pretty far down on the knife. So I'm going to have this much of the knife sticking out of my pocket, which may work nice for getting it out of my pocket, or I may switch to a deeper carry clip. I have seen some where it comes up here further, moves this up here, but kind of covers this lanyard hole, which I may use, may not use. But another reason for getting the Paramilitary 3, or Para 3, as it's called, is because of these scales. So you can buy tons, there's tons of scales you can buy for these knives to customize them. And another reason I got the Para 3 in Maximite especially, one, it's made in their Golden, Colorado plant in United States, and two, I really wanted to try this steel. I really wanted to see how it performs. Yes, it's a little harder to maintain, but I wanted that. I wanted to see what a high performance steel is like, and just how it performs, and how it performs to other steels that I have of D2, of 420 HC, of 8 CR, 13 MOV, you know, just some other steels, S30V. I just think this will just perform so much better than that. The handle material is G10 on this knife, which is, I mean, the knife feels just super lightweight. The handle is a little longer than the blade, and it does look funny with this. Kind of looks like a bird or something almost. But the way that you can I automatically can hold this knife, and the way it feels is just really, really good so far. So I'll see what it's like after carrying this knife for a little bit, and then maybe I can get, or I can Spidey flick this knife. Of course, right now I cannot, because I've never done it. It is a little tight, but I think that'll break in. I'm not sure what kind of washers are on here, and I don't know if I can see them. No, I cannot. Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but I mean, it just feels great. And I guess it's tight because of the lock here, because once you release that, I mean, the knife just falls out. So we'll see if that breaks in a little bit. If not, I can adjust the pivot. Centering is perfect on this knife, which I would expect that to be anyways. So let's get some lengths of the knife. So overall length, the handle length is 4.27, and that seems to be right. Blade length is 3 inches, which, yes, that is what I'm getting. And the cutting edge you have is just a little under that, looks like 2, it's a little over 2.5. So that's pretty cool there. This looks like a great blade shape to me. Great size. Let's compare to the Buck 110. Move that box out of the way. So you can see the Buck 110. And this is not the new version. I'm hoping to get new version of the Buck. If you watch my other video, I put this pocket clip on this. This is the original Buck 110. They've come out with a new Buck 110, a thinner one with a pocket clip. So hopefully I can get my hands on that soon. But this one's the original. And as you can see, the Buck 110 is quite a bit bigger than this Para 3. Let's compare it to the Nav's Lander 1. Along the same size, no, quite a bit bigger than the Lander 1. So, and you can see the handle length on this knife. And this is where you're getting your size difference. The handle length on the Para 3 is quite a bit bigger. So that is going to give you a lot of different grip options. The blade length, however, is about the same as the Lander 1, but you have this up here, which I think will make a lot easier hand placement. I'll be seeing if that is true. Screw sizes. I do see bigger screws here, so I think these are going to be T8s probably. Let's see if that is true. Yes, T8s for this screw and for this one. The pivot screw looks quite a bit bigger. That is looks like a T10 possibly. And yes, that is a T10 there. So that is nice. No T6s except for, it looks like maybe the pocket clip is T6s. Yes, and I'm okay with that. So another reason for getting this knife, I don't know if I mentioned it, but the scales, there is just tons of different scales for this. Tons of different scales you can buy from many different manufacturers. So a lot of different scales out there. And I'm thinking I'll see how these scales work out because they're just G10. So not like a high performing scales here. And I don't know how difficult it is to change out the scales here on the Para 3. It doesn't look too difficult. It looks like 2 screws on this side and 2 on this side plus the pocket clip. I think what might be a pain is this lanyard hole, just looking at it. Not sure how that's nested in there, but it doesn't look too bad to do. So we'll see how that is. If I do end up changing the scales, I'll post a video on that as well. But I mean, just the feeling of it so far feels great. Again, we'll see what my reaction is after carrying this for a week or so, and then we'll come back and review. But I think I'll be changing the pocket clip and then possibly the scales. So I know Flytanium especially has a lot of different scales for the Para 3 and Paramilitary 2 and 1 and a bunch of different knives. So we shall see for sure, but that is my initial review. I'm very excited, very happy about this, and very happy on my journey to really getting into some of these higher end knives, and we'll just see where this goes. Like and subscribe. Let me know what my next purchase should be. And if you guys have the Para 3, let me know how you like it. And just share. Thanks a lot, guys.